growth operating is a scam. In this video, I'm gonna tell you why it is a scam and why 99% of people who get into growth operating are going to fail. Let's go ahead and jump into this video. Like the title suggests, growth operating is a scam. Not in the sense of it is not what it says it is. It is what it says it is, but it is not properly described, right? People go into growth operating thinking set up a school, funnel 10% or 1% of some influencer or some creators audience into their school community. Voila, now they're growth operators. That's not how it works. There's a lot of complications, a lot of skill sets, and a lot of logistics that goes into growth operating. A growth operator has to be a master of all and a master of none. You have to be a Swiss Army knife. You have to have a lot of stuff in your knowledge. You have to know how to do a lot of stuff. Examples being copywriting, examples being funnel building, examples being web designing, examples being graphics designing, examples being sales, examples being marketing. You have to learn about 6 highly important skills that alone are skill sets that can make you a lot of money. You learn those skills, combine it into one thing, and present yourself as a growth operator in order to be actually successful as a growth operator. But the way growth operating is being pitched in the market currently is wrong. It gives people false impression of what it's all about and what it entails. And I am here to shatter that false impression and steer you towards the right direction, because I am tired of seeing people push this idea to individuals with zero knowledge of business. And those individuals go into it thinking it is easier than it may seem, only to put in a lot of capital. Reality hits them. They get fucking depressed, they quit, and they hate online gurus for the rest of their lives. Now, I'm not against selling courses, selling information. I'm not against info products, entrepreneurs. I'm not against individuals who buy info product online, but I am against bozos who go into things with little to no understanding just by gobbling the surface level sales pitch. Those info products, entrepreneurs sell them. Then reality hits and now they hate everyone online selling stuff, right? I'm gonna tell you guys the advantages of growth operating, because there are advantages, right? But again, there's a lot of skill set necessary to be able to execute for you to be able to actually get these advantages, right? You can easily make $20,000 plus a month as a growth operator with a good offer alone, right? You could easily delegate to multiple people while you become more of a manager or more of a COO or more of an operations guy. You have guys doing the actual work for you. You have to have had about 2 to 3 years of actual experience in the fucking trenches, learning those skill sets before you get to the position to be properly able to delegate those tasks to other people and properly manage them, right? It's a lot of logistics that goes into it, into fulfillment, into management, right? Into hiring, for you to properly hire contractors that will see to fulfilling to your clients, right? Those are pretty much the only advantages to growth operating. If you dial in that system, if you've been in the trenches, if you've learned the skill set, you will make a lot of money. Trust me. I'm not gonna stay here and deny that fact that there's not money to be made in growth operating. There is money to be made, but the disadvantages, especially to newbies, far outweighs the advantages by 90 to 10%, right? So it's like stupid for any newbie to go into this, because you can't even get the advantages because you are not competent enough. Let's go into the disadvantages of growth operating as a newbie, right? Scaling. Right? Let's say you do the whole school game, you find a creator, you convert 1% of the audience. Let's say it's a creator with 120,000 followers. You were able to get about 1,000 people into their school community. That's fine, dandy, okay? First storm passed, first test passed. Now the school is growing, the community is growing by, let's say, 200 people a week, 200 people a week. You know how stressful it is, especially for a newbie, to be able to manage and handle that much volume without understanding how the process even works, let alone delegating to contractors to handle it. It's gonna be a lot for a newbie. It's gonna be a lot for some 18 years old kid who thinks it's the new trend to get into. It's gonna be a lot, and you will fail. Eventually you will crash and burn. It will ruin the community for that creator or that influencer, and that whole fucking project will get burned down. Disadvantage number 2, fulfillment. Most people do not know how to fulfill, right? Most people do not know how to convert audience. Most people do not know how to, give the audience what they promise they will give them, right? Because in order to get audience members to sign up for some school subscription or whatever membership it is, right? They're being promised something. It could be some information, some value, some coaching calls or whatever. A lot of the growth operating people who promise that through their copies that those influencers and creators post, they don't know how to go about fulfilling those, right? So eventually it does catch up to them, and eventually it crashes and it burns. It is time consuming. It takes a lot of time. You have to be working at least 50 to 60 hours a week, help churning content for the creator, writing copies for the creator, editing for the creator, creating nice graphics for the landing pages, building the funnel, looking at data analysis, right? Looking at conversion rate, right? Click-through rate, right? And all that good stuff. It takes a lot of time, and quite frankly, a lot of newbies do not have that much time to invest into growth operating, especially without having the knowledge base and the right information to go about implementing it, right? And those are the disadvantages of growth operating. This is why I think it's not a good fit for newbies. Instead, I would rather advise newbies to look at the alternatives, right? The alternative to growth operating, in my opinion, is skilled trades. The skilled trade is way more than it is, right? The skilled trades is way more than it was a couple years ago. And the skilled trades is sales, short from editing, video editor, copywriter, IT support specialist, systems admin, network admin, a chef, a plumber, an electrician, right? A lot of people think there's not a lot of money to be made in those skill trades, but that's a fucking lie. There's a good amount of money to be made if you proposition yourself in the market as a hybrid skilled trades service person, right? For instance, let's go with sales. Sales within your first year with little to no debt. For the most part, it takes $0 to get into sales, right? You may buy 1 or 2 courses anywhere from $3,000 to $5,000. That's about it. Let's just call it $5,000 in expenses. After properly training for about 12 months and getting into an offer, you get a job that pays you anywhere from $60,000 to $120,000 as a salesman. Right? That's wonderful. That's anywhere from $5,000 a month to $10,000 a month just from a $5,000 upfront investment 12 months ago. That is wonderful. That is a good ROI. That's a good business to get into, right? There's money in it. There's longevity in it, right? You start out, let's say you start at 120 annually, you go up by $2,000 to $5,000. In 5 years, you find yourself in 5 to 10 years, you're making 120. In another 5 to 10 years, you're making about $250,000. It's insane. That's good living. That's a good life, right? Don't FOMO on these people talking about if you don't make $120,000 a year, you're broke. You don't need $120,000 a month to live a good life. In the United States, one of the most richest country on planet Earth, the average income is $40,000 to $55,000, right? That is the average income in the United States. The most, if not one of the most richest countries on the planet, right? $40,000 to $55,000 is a good living. So ignore anyone telling you you have to make 100K, 6 figures. No, that is nonsense. They're trying to sell you nonsense. Ignore it. Find something you have a natural affinity for. If it's editing, become a short form editor. You could easily make $50,000 to $80,000 as a short form editor, right? If you have 6 to 12 clients you're juggling across, you could easily be pushing 100K, 120K, right, with 6 to 12 clients, right? It's not as hard as it seems, right? Remember, short form editing is an editor who edits videos or clips anywhere from 30, even 15 seconds to 45 seconds, right? That's a short form editor. So again, if you have anywhere from 3 to 6 to even 12 clients, you can make a really, really good, comfortable living as a short form editor, right? A long form editor, that's another one, right? The traditional video editor. You can easily make, again, another $50,000 to 120, 130, 100, even upwards of $150,000, depending on whatever creator or whatever influencer you partner with, right? I've seen it. I've seen it. Content marketing is the latest big trend, right? So a lot of creators and a lot of influencers are moving their content towards content marketing to market their products or services, right? And in order to market the product or services online, they need an editor. This is where a videographer or a video editor comes in, right? This is where you're able to charge the big bucks because the videos are longer, right? It's typically anywhere from 10 to 30 minutes to upwards of an hour videos for podcasts in some cases, for YouTube channels, for brand channels, right? You shoot those videos, you edit those videos, and in some cases, you post those videos and you can easily make $50,000 to upwards of $150,000 as a long-form editor. Copywriting. This is another skill set with little to no barrier of entry, right? Just find a copywriting program or course out there. You know, it's something. It's a little bit lesser than sales. It can cost you anywhere from $2,000 to $4,000. Proper practice and training for about 12 months. After 12 months, you can easily get placed with an offer or with a business or with a brand. Easily start making anywhere from $60,000 to $90,000 as a copywriter. That's $5,000 to about $8,500 a month, which is really, really wonderful, especially in the United States. That is good income. Again, do not be fooled by people FOMOing and preaching about why if you're not making six figures, you're a failure. That's a lie. You don't need to make six figures to live a comfortable life. If you make $50,000 a year, you will live a comfortable life in the United States because that is the average income in the United States, especially as a single person. Another example is IT support specialists, right? A lot of businesses and a lot of brands are transitioning to online fulfillments, right? Online selling, right? So they need IT support, right? To be able to help them integrate, softwares, APIs, websites, and all that stuff, right? Set up their branding, email servers, and all that stuff, right? This is where you come in. So this is a good skill set. If you're a technical person who likes to help people, who wants to be in the online space as a technical person, I would recommend you looking into IT support and becoming an IT support specialist. It's the same for an IT system admin, and it's the same for an IT network admin. The only difference is for a system admin and for a network admin, you would be working for bigger companies and much more of enterprise focus than small personal brands or small businesses online, right? Those are the alternatives to growth operating I will personally advise young people to look into. The ROI makes a lot of sense and you will live a good life with those skill sets. Learn any of those skill sets and you're set for life, right? You're never gonna have to worry about a job, or you're never gonna have to worry about AI or none of that nonsense. It isn't gonna take any of those jobs, right? You will be set for life while simultaneously living a very comfortable, happy life. Let me know if you guys agree with this video down in the comment section below. Give it a thumbs up if you like it. Give it a thumbs down if you dislike it. Thank you guys for tuning in, and I will catch you guys on the next video. Peace out.